What's going on, everybody? I'm Mike, and this video is everything you need to know about the 24 Hours of Le Mans explained in 5 minutes or less. So I've already wasted a lot of time. I have this timer right here going to kind of keep me in loop of how fast I need to go and, keep me in the right time frame. And there'll be a timer in one of these corners. As you'll see, it already has been going, and we're at roughly about 4:20 seconds, something like that. And I'm wasting a lot of time right now, and I really should get into this, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump in right now. So back in 1906, the new revelations in technology brought an idea to a man with a creative imagination. This man was Georges Durand, who had helped organize a race won by Hungarian Frank Senez in a Renault. But this was not the official start of the races known today as the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This would not be the case until 1923, when the first official race would occur, being heavily organized by Durand as well as the Automobile Club de l'Ouest. The race was put specifically for production automobiles that had three of the following: a rear view mirror, headlights, and a horn. In over a century, we have what people most commonly know the race to be today, but those early years set the guidelines for today. Now, what is today like for Le Mans? The 24-hour Le Mans is like the Boston Marathon, but for cars. A strenuous test of endurance where some of the fastest cars are raced for 24 hours at speeds of over 200 miles an hour on the longest stretch of the 8.5-mile circuit. The race is a very exhausting test for the driver and the machine, pushing them to their limits and sometimes even further. The race is held in Le Mans, France, as the name suggests, with the race starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. The track is called Circuit de la Sarthe. The majority of the track is driven on public roads, while other parts of the track are on race-specific roads. The race-specific part of the track is known as the Bugatti Circuit. This is where the main stadium takes place, holding over 100,000 people, and also the place where most of the famous photos from the races over the years have taken place, as this is the start and end point of 24 Hours of Le Mans. The race takes place annually in June, which is not the coolest time of year, adding to the strain on the driver and the cars themselves. The race is simply not based on who crosses the finish line first, rather who could achieve the most distance traveled in a 24-hour period. In today's world, most drivers typically hit over 3,100 miles, or over 350 laps, while the record, however, is 3,361 miles, or 397 laps, set back in 2010. The race is organized into 4 car classes that all compete side by side, with most teams having 3 drivers per car, which will typically change out between an hour to 4 hours of driving. And there's a rule put in place that no driver is allowed to drive over 14 hours, just to restrict from fatigue that could result in death. The race has roughly 60 competitors, which consist of 4 different classes. LMP1 and LMP2 are the fastest classes, which LMP stands for Le Mans Prototype. LMP2, however, has a lot of regulations within that class they must follow, like only choosing between 4 chassis, all having the same engine, which is a 4.2-liter V8 making 560 horsepower. They also have to weigh no less than 2,000 pounds. The LMP1 cars, however, do not have these regulations, meaning they are much faster and use hybrid technology. Since 2021, this class has been renamed to hypercars. Now, the LMGTE Pro and LMGTE AM classes, the other two, stand for Pro being professional and AM being amateur, and these are typically based on the manufacturer's production vehicles. The restrictions are a maximum engine size of a 5.5-liter naturally aspirated engine or a 4-liter forced induction engine, and must at least weigh 2,745 pounds. Now, over the years, who is deemed as the best? The racer driver with the most wins is Tom Kristensen with 9 wins. The most team wins go to the Joest Racing Team with 13 wins, and the manufacturer with the most wins being Porsche with a total of 19 wins. And that, guys, is everything you need to know about the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And I have 6 seconds left, so I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, peace out.